Hello everybody, it's Time again here. Welcome back to another reaction videos. And today we're gonna be reacting to Godzilla Pitch Meeting, or should I say Godzilla 2014 Pitch Meeting, obviously, which is obviously the first MonsterVerse movie. And yeah, I think this video was released like really recently, by Ryan George, obviously. And you all know that I always have been a fan for Pitch Meeting, and I'm really curious to see what Ryan George has to say about Godzilla 2014. So without further ado, just get into the video, shall we? Or get into the pitch meeting.
So, you have a movie for me?
Yes, sir, I do. I was thinking we could do a Godzilla movie.
Oh, that's a recognizable name, and we haven't made one in a while. That checks all the boxes.
It sure does, sir. And I was thinking we could get Bryan Cranston to be in it.
Oh, he's coming hot off of
For 30
Breaking Bad.
minutes.
He's very in demand right now. Very hot.
Yeah, he is.
He's so hot. Yeah, I mean, sure, good-looking guy.
So what happens
sorry,
in the
guys.
movie? Well, we're
Hang
gonna
on a
follow Bryan Cranston's guy, Joe Brody, right? And he and his wife work at this Japanese power plant,
Bryan
right?
Cranston
okay.
is
And there's like
great
some weird
in this
seismic
movie.
activity going on, so he sends his wife to go check it out, and she ends up dying.
Oh, that's fatal. It is, and the whole plant gets destroyed.
That's
It's
fatal.
a huge disaster.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and so then years later, Joe's son is this military bomb diffuser guy, right?
What's his son's name?
Ford.
Oh, selling your child's name as advertising space is tight.
No, that's not a thing.
Sure it is. Just ask my sons, Ben and Jerry, and Outback Steakhouse.
Oh, it's not okay that you did that. Well, anyway, Ford comes home after
Well-
14 months and he gets to see his wife and his kid.
Right.
But then he gets a call that his father's been arrested in Japan.
What for?
Well, he broke into this restricted zone where his house used to be to recover some discs and files of research.
Oh.
Yeah, he's obsessed with what happened. He thinks the government's hiding something.
Okay.
So then Ford goes to
That you're
bail him
hiding
out, and they
something
end
out
up
there.
breaking into the restricted zone again.
Remember that,
Couldn't that
guys?
have some pretty serious implications? A U.S. military guy breaking into another government's restricted zone?
I imagine it could, yeah, putting his entire career and family at risk, but the movie has to happen, so he's not gonna think about that stuff.
Fair enough.
So they get arrested again, and they get
Yeah.
brought to this facility, and then a big monster pops out.
Oh, Godzilla?
Nope.
Oh.
And then there's this big collapse, and Joe gets hurt real bad.
Oh no, does he survive?
He does.
Okay, thank God.
Yeah, so then they're in a helicopter, and Joe is in a stretcher, and that's the point he survives up until.
What?
Well, he casually dies, so he's not going to be in the movie anymore. He's our main guy. That's Bryan Cranston.
It was, but we gotta get him out
Yeah.
Of the movie now. But he's going to be our big name in all the marketing. Well, this way we can focus on his much less interesting and charismatic son, who has less of a personal attachment to the research and story and monsters.
Okay, so Brian's just barely in the movie.
That's right, and you know who
Yeah,
else is
just-
barely going to be
just
in
the
the
first
movie?
30 minutes.
Oh, please don't say Godzilla.
Godzilla.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to follow a bunch of human
Yep.
characters and also just straight up some other monsters called Mutos. So should we maybe title the movie Muto then? No, we should call it Godzilla because that's how we're going to get people to come look at our Mutos.
Oh, I
Yeah.
don't like how that sounded.
It did somehow sound inappropriate, yeah.
So then what happens?
Well, these researchers, Vivian and Dr. Sarazawa, they decide their only hope is to talk to Ford.
Why?
Well, because they need to know what his father knew.
So why don't they go through his research and stuff?
Unclear. So then they all realize that these monsters are communicating with echolocation.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and then we're gonna see Godzilla.
Oh boy, here we go. Kind of. Oh.
Yeah, he's gonna be swimming and he's gonna dive under a ship and pop out on the other side.
Why does he dive under the ship? Doesn't Godzilla just kind of destroy everything in his path?
Well, this ship has an important character on it, so he's gonna avoid it.
Oh, a very
Yeah.
considerate lizard.
So then this monster shows up in Hawaii and Godzilla shows up too to fight it.
Oh boy, we're gonna see them fight?
Yeah, but no,
Yeah,
actually,
but
we're
no.
gonna cut away.
Okay.
And so
Yeah.
Godzilla starts chasing this thing off screen, of course, and they both cause a bunch of destruction.
So why is Godzilla chasing it?
Well, Dr. Sarazawa says that Godzilla's probably like a power to restore balance in the natural world.
Oh, that is quite the leap.
How'd he come to the conclusion that this giant lizard is in charge of balancing nature?
Unclear.
Oh, well, because I write the lines he says. Oh, okay, you told him to say it. I did, yeah. So we're gonna find out that this monster's on his way to mate with a female, and they need a bunch of radiation to do that.
Oh, kinky.
So since these monsters feed on radiation, the military's plan is to lure them out to sea with this big nuke and then blow them all up.
Okay.
But these monsters have EMP abilities, so they gotta use like an old mechanical bomb. They gotta transport it by train instead of by air.
Won't the radiation from the bomb attract the monsters to the train?
It can and it does.
Right? That seems like an obvious thing that would happen.
Yeah, and so one of the monsters destroys the train and steals a warhead.
Uh-oh, so what does the military do with the mechanical bomb?
Well, the train's all busted now, so they gotta travel by air.
I thought they couldn't do that.
Yeah, but now they can.
Yep,
oh,
they
okay.
can.
And so they set the timer on this nuke for an hour and a half later.
Oh, they got it to where it needs to be? That's good.
No, they started ahead of time.
What?
Yeah, they start a timer on a nuclear bomb without any guarantee they can bring it to its destination on time. Yeah, that's Why?
Yeah.
So the movie can have higher stakes and a timer. That works. Hey, what's Ford doing through all this? Oh, well, he's present. He's around for he sees it all. Oh. Yeah, anytime the military has a new part to
Yeah.
their plan, he's like, hey guys, can I come along? Shouldn't he get home to his family? Yeah, but instead he's gonna be like, hey guys, can I come along? What's the deal with his wife anyway? What's going on with her? What do you mean? Well, what about her character? Tell me about her personality. Wife? What? Nurse? All right, but mother. These aren't personality traits. Wife, nurse, mother. All right. Yeah, and at a certain
Yeah,
point,
wife,
she's gonna
nurse,
put her
mother.
son on a bus that's headed to the Golden Gate Bridge. Oh, has she not seen every disaster movie ever? And then the Golden Gate Bridge is gonna get destroyed. I bet it is. But the kid doesn't die, so giving her kid up to a coworker and then just kind of running around the city aimlessly ended up being good parenting. Oh, well, great. So anyway, then the monsters are gonna try to settle down and start a family, but Godzilla and the humans are gonna be like, nope, and they kill their babies. A little messed up when you phrase it that way. So Godzilla's gonna start
Yeah,
fighting
kinda.
these monsters, and sometimes we're gonna be able to see some of it through the darkness and smoke and stuff. Wow, 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 wow. And then Ford is gonna do a cool halo jump with some soldiers instead of trying to find his family. Very exciting. And Godzilla's gonna be fighting both these monsters and knocking down buildings, you know, monster stuff. Yikes, yeah, it's gonna be tough for him to figure out how to beat them, I guess. Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? Yeah, eventually he starts using his atomic breath power, and so that really helps. He kills both of them. Why didn't he do that in the first place? Unclear. Well, okay then. So then Ford is gonna find himself at the edge of the city with the nuclear bomb with just 5 minutes left on the timer. Oh, so he's gonna use the one skill we've established he has and disarm the bomb? Ah, that would have been good, but no, no. Oh. Yeah, no, he's got the bomb on this little whale watching boat, and he's gotta get it 20 miles away from the city. In 5 minutes?
5
So that
minutes.
thing's gotta go like 240 miles per hour? If that's what the math is on that, sure. So then it does that, and Ford gets picked up by a helicopter, which somehow saw him in the midst of all the chaos. Oh, well, great. And then Godzilla walks into the ocean, and people on TV are like, is Godzilla our savior? Didn't Godzilla cause just as much death and destruction as the other monsters? He did, but he also killed them. So he's just like the killer monster that didn't die. Yeah, so he's a savior now.
Yeah.
Well, okay then. And so that's about it. What do you think? Well, it sounds like a pretty good Godzilla movie. Who do you think we should get to play Ford and wife nurse mother? Oh, definitely two actors that would also make convincing siblings. What?
Yep, Aaron Taylor Johnson and Elizabeth
Hey everybody,
Olsen.
Ryan here. That's me. Thanks for watching the
And
video.
about does
And if you
become
liked it, feel
sibling.
free to click the like button and the subscribe button and all, buttons of that nature. You can also leave a comment down below letting me know what other movies you want to see pitches for. There are also like
Anything,
hundreds
Ryan.
of other episodes on the
You're so
channel that you
good.
can check out if you want. As always, check back soon for a new one. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye bye. So yeah, that was Godzilla 2014 Pitch Meeting, guys. Yeah, I pretty much agree that even though I still like Godzilla 2014 because I feel like the human characters, even though yes, they might not be interesting as the rest of the MonsterVerse movie, but honestly, in Godzilla 2014, I care for Ford and I care for his family, which is kind of weird because I feel like what Godzilla 2014 characters was is like very cliche that a father is trying to get back to his family. Like it does so many times in the movies, but in so many other movies, but you kind of get his points, right? And that's why at the end of the day, I really care for Ford. Even though I think he's compared to the other characters, it's probably lame compared to if you actually include the story. But then again, Godzilla 2014, it's not really like a monster verse, type of thing where the Hollow Earth exists, where Kong exists, or something like that. This is just a Godzilla movie with Mutos. Even though Godzilla only appeared for 8 minutes, I think. And the irony is that Godzilla appeared for 8 minutes, but from the previous Toho movies, this Godzilla movie is actually where Godzilla appeared the most, at least at the time. But right now we all know that. Well, I guess King of the Monster is where Godzilla appeared the most. Godzilla vs Kong, I think it was 10 minutes screen time or maybe more, but he was rock in that movie, guys. So don't worry about that. But either way, guys, that was Godzilla 2014 Peace Meeting. Yes, I agree that they should. I wish they make Bryan Cranston characters becoming the main characters instead of Ford because, sorry guys, his characters was actually much more interesting than Ford. Because I agree with Ford is just like kind of just there, like kind of like generic characters, like want to go back to his family and all that kind of stuff. Even though I still like him, but I would love if Bryan Cranston is actually alive and then. I'm sorry, Bryan Cranston characters. Joe Brody is actually alive in the movie. Like the rest of the movie is gonna be him. Trying to overcome, obviously, obviously become he was a researcher, right, about Mutos and all that kind of stuff. So I hope that Monarch actually hire like Joe Brody, right? And then maybe Joe Brody can actually appear in like I don't know in Godzilla versus Godzilla King of the Monster, and then maybe Godzilla versus Kong. That would be awesome, played by Bryan Cranston. Like they could do that, but for some reason they just decided to kill Bryan Cranston characters, which is really unfortunate because again, Bryan Cranston performance in Godzilla is actually really amazing. I really like her I'm sorry, his performance, and then where he said again like my wife die here, and if you guys remember that line, it was so good. His performance is amazing. And it's just really unfortunate that they kill his characters for the first 30 minutes of the movie. At least he appears for the first 30 minutes, but at the same time, come on, man, like keep him around. Like he was pretty important, and he's playing by Bryan freaking Cranston, and then the filmmaker just decided just like, yep, let's just kill Joe. No, yeah, never mind. Let's just make Ford the main characters. Like, sure, Ford is just fine, but again, there is something special about him. Like, if I'm being honest here. So that's my biggest gripe for the movie. I kind of wish they keep Bryan Cranston characters alive, and maybe he can reprise his role again in Godzilla King of the Monster and then Godzilla versus Kong. That would be really amazing if that actually happened. But obviously, it doesn't happen, which is sucks. But what can you do, right? And yeah, Godzilla screen time. I agree that I feel like Godzilla should appear more because again, it was his movies, and I feel like the Muto appear more instead of Godzilla, which is kind of weird. But at the same time, I guess that's how if you do like a Godzilla versus something movie, especially in the previous Toho movie, usually Godzilla become or at least have the most screen time by the third act of the movie, and I mean that's what happens in this movie, which is okay, pretty accurate for the for the Godzilla versus movie. You could say that Godzilla appear in the second act, maybe the first act for just a little bit, and then the third act is gonna be him against the Muto, obviously, which is yeah, kind of follow the Toho tradition, if you ask me. So there's that. Um, and yeah, I mean, regardless, I still like the movie. It's not that bad. Obviously, again, I kind of wish Godzilla appeared more, but at the same time, every single time he was on screen, it was amazing. It was amazing to see, and it's probably the most different MonsterVerse movie that you ever watched because I don't think they ever planned to make this movie into a MonsterVerse. It was supposed to be a Godzilla trilogy, I think, directed by Gareth Edwards. That was the point, or that was the initial plan, but they decided to introduce this MonsterVerse thing, and they decided to introduce Kong into the universe, and that's how we all got to Godzilla vs Kong, which is again, if you guys haven't watched that, I hope you guys can watch that in March 31st. Either it was on theaters or on HBO Max. It's an amazing movie. It has the best fight scene, even though the human character is still kind of lame, but who cares, right? You guys are here to see the fight scene, so Godzilla vs Kong definitely delivers that, and it's just so amazing to see that movie and then compare it to this movie. Like how far they kind of go, even though there's only like 4 movies. But that's still pretty far if you actually already watch Godzilla vs Kong, and then you also see the fight scene in that movie. Dude, it's far different than the first Godzilla movie, which is a great thing, by the way. And yeah, I think that was Godzilla pitch meeting, guys, by Ryan George again. Ryan George, you done an amazing job for the pitch meeting. He was really consistent with every pitch meeting. I haven't seen a single bad pitch meeting. All of them are very good, very consistent with itself, very consistent with the personality that Ryan has. It's just amazing, guys. And yeah, I guess you guys kind of let me know what you guys think about this Godzilla pitch meeting right here. Do you guys agree with what Ryan George say about the movie? Like some of the like critiques and poking some fun of the movie. Do you guys agree with that? And what do you guys think about Godzilla 2014 in general? I guess I kind of want to know that if you guys don't mind. And I hope you guys can actually watch Godzilla vs Kong pretty soon. Again, it has an amazing fight scene. Human character is still lame, but you know what? I think you guys are going to enjoy it. So again, leave your opinions in the comment section below, guys. I like to hear them, and if you guys want to watch the original video, then I will leave a link in the description below. As always, make sure you guys check Ryan George's channel. I will leave Ryan George's channel's link also in the description below. Subscribe to Ryan George's channel, show some support, obviously. And if you guys enjoyed this reaction video, then please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell so you guys can get notified when I'm gonna upload the next video. And share this video out there. It really helps the channel, guys. And I just want to thank you for everybody for subscribing to the channel or watching my videos or liking one of my videos or even commenting on one of my videos. I really appreciate that, guys, so much. And I hope that you guys can continue support for this channel for the future, obviously, because again, I hope that this channel can become big one day, you know, and I have some other plan as well for the channel. So again, guys, please continue your support. I really need that, and I really appreciate that. If you guys actually continue your support, and you know what? I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I will see you guys in the next one then. Bye.